This is what I used to make my first 7-figure as a ghostwriter. Yes, an Android phone, like the one sitting in your pocket, or perhaps the one you're using to watch this video right now. And before you say, that's not possible, give me just 7 minutes, because by the end of this video, all the excuses that you have been hiding behind would have crumbled completely. Before we dive in, my name is Ajayi Olalekan. I am a personal branding strategist and LinkedIn executive ghostwriter with over 18,000 followers on LinkedIn, 1,000 plus profiles reviewed, and a ghostwriting career that started with nothing but an Android phone and my writing skill. And I cross my heart, everything that I'm about to tell you in this video is true. Every number is real. Every moment happened. This is my true life story. Before I tell you my story, I need to clear something out of the room first, because I already know what some of you are thinking in your mind now. You're saying, oh, but I don't have a laptop. My phone is not good enough. Or your excuse could be, I don't have fast internet. Someone could be saying, clients want people from US or UK, not Africa, but as you can see, I am a Nigerian. Someone else could be saying, I don't have the right background or degree. Another excuse can be, I need to set up properly before I can start. Have a laptop, have a proper studio. I hear you. I genuinely do, because I said every single one of those things to myself too before 2020. But here is what I know after building a 7-figure ghostwriting career from the ground up. Those are not reasons. They are excuses and stories. Stories you are telling yourself to stay comfortable in a place that is slowly suffocating you. And I'm not saying that to be harsh. I'm saying it because someone said it to me, and that honesty changed my life. One of my mentors, Vusi Tembekwayo, has a saying: you cannot have excuses and results at the same time. It is either you have excuses without results, or you have results without the excuses. So your phone is not the problem. Your location is not the problem. Your setup is not the problem. And I'm about to prove it to you with my own personal story. In June 2020, I started my ghostwriting agency while squatting with my uncle in Lagos mainland. If you're Nigerian, Oboronshoki precisely. I had no laptop, no office, no savings cushion. I had no client list. I had no experience in ghostwriting. All I had was a Tecno Puvo 4 Android phone and a writing skill that I'd been carrying around without fully understanding the value. So what did I do in 2020? I started from there with exactly what I had. And 4 months later, I got my first client. It was my coursemate from my master's degree program in the University of Lagos. I pitched her and she said yes. But I want to be honest with you about what happened next. That contract did not go well, all right? I was new, I made mistakes. It was a learning curve for me disguised as disappointment. But it was also proof that somebody was willing to pay me. And that proof mattered more than the outcome of that business transaction. Then in November 2020, I attended a coaching program that cost me 150,000 naira. And guess what? I borrowed the money to join that coaching program. I just needed to make things happen. And my gut feeling just told me that that was the coaching program I needed to change my life. And during the 7 weeks coaching program, my coach said something that rewired how I saw my own skill, and that was the beginning of the turnaround. He said, it is not what you do not have that limits you. Rather, it is what you have but do not know how to use. And he managed to also show me that what I was doing, or the skill I had, was a globally sellable skill. But there was just one problem. I was thinking locally. I was at best thinking as a local champion. That quote sat with me for weeks, and as I thought about it over and over again, I made a decision in December 2020 that I would break into the American market. Not because I had connections in America, not because I had experience there, but because I understood that the biggest digital economy in the world needed writers. And because as a Nigerian too, I also understood the disparity between the American dollar and the Nigerian naira. So it made sense that if I could break into that market, that was going to be a breakthrough in my career. And that was exactly what I went after. That single decision would later change everything, because 50 days later, after I started pitching in 2021, that was around February 20th, 2021, I landed my first American client. It was a real estate company in North Portland, Oregon. It was just $60, $15 per hour for SEO web article. Now, I know what you're saying or what you're thinking in your mind. $60 is not a lot of money. Absolutely, I agree. But you have to understand what that $60 meant for me in that moment in my career. It was not about the amount. It was about the evidence. It was proof that a client in America found me, checked me out, trusted me enough with their work, and they paid me from my Android phone right from Lagos, Nigeria. The moment that worked, it was all the sign and the proof that I needed to keep going, to keep trying. And guess what? 3 months later, exactly May 2021, the breakthrough client came. I landed a contract as an independent contractor with a company in Florida. It was a 10 years contract, and my first 2 weeks of work on that contract paid me $3,800. $3,800. And let me put that in context for you, because in 2021, $3,800 was approximately 1.9 million naira. And December 2020, I just left a job where my monthly salary was 55,000 naira, about $110 every month. But in 2 weeks, on my Android phone, I had earned what would have taken me almost 3 years to earn at my previous job. That was the moment I became a millionaire. Not in years, not after a long, slow climb of saving and penny pinching. In just 2 weeks, writing from my Android device. And here is the detail I want you to sit with as you watch this video. I did not get a laptop until early 2022. By which point I had already made at least 5 million naira writing entirely from my Android device. 5 million naira just using an Android phone. No laptop, no excuses. So now, let me show you how simple my actual workflow is, because I think people overcomplicate this in their head. As a ghostwriter, your workflow is not complicated. You need 2 things primarily. Number 1, you need a platform where clients can find you. For me, that has always been LinkedIn. Not just because clients are on LinkedIn, but because LinkedIn lets you find clients and also build your personal brand simultaneously. You're not just prospecting, you're building an asset that brings clients to you over time. Now, I'm going to come back to this. So the second thing that you need is your writing skill and collaboration tools like Google Doc. That is it. Google Docs on your Android phone. You can write in it, send the link to your client, and your client can edit in it too. You collaborate with your client in real time. For the companies I worked for example, we used Asana for project management, which has a fully functional Android app, and Google Docs also works on your Android phone. That's everything that you need to start a ghostwriting career. LinkedIn, Google Docs, Asana, or any other project management platform. And all of these are available on your Android phone, all free. And that was my entire setup for the first 2 years of a 7-figure ghostwriting career. So before we continue, if you're confused or you do not know what ghostwriting is, if you've heard the word before but never fully understood the opportunity that is in that word, now this is your moment. Take a seat and make sure you follow me. Ghostwriting is writing content on behalf of someone else under their name, not your name. They get the credit, you get paid. No public profile required, no personal brand required on your end. Just the skill to capture someone else's voice, their ideas or their expertise, and put it into words that they could not write by themselves, either because they do not know how to write or they are too busy to write by themselves. And the types of ghostwriting range widely. There's LinkedIn content, SEO blog articles, email newsletters, books, speeches, social media content, video scripts. Each category has its own market and its own income ceiling. So how do you start? First, decide what type of ghostwriting you want to do. Pick the one that aligns with your existing strengths. If you're a strong researcher like I am, for example, and you're a long-form writer, articles and books might be ideal for you. If you are sharp, concise, and understand professional positioning, why not try LinkedIn ghostwriting? Start where your skill is already the strongest. The second thing you need to do is to build a portfolio. Even if you have no paid clients yet, you can create sample pieces that demonstrate your range of writing and your voice. Write sample LinkedIn posts for a fictional executive, for example. Write a sample blog article in your niche. Give a potential client something to evaluate so the conversation is not starting from zero. When I started, for example, as an SEO web and blog writer, I had a blog, and every week I would write at least one article on my blog. In 3 months, that is 12 articles. So anytime the client says, oh, let me see your portfolio, I just copy my blog link and send to them, and then we move ahead with the conversation if they like the style of my writing. The third thing to do is to find your platform. And the idea is to go where your ideal client already is. For example, Upwork, Fiverr, Twitter, or LinkedIn. Each platform has its advantages, but I use LinkedIn specifically, and I recommend it above everything else. Because on LinkedIn, you're not just finding clients, you're building a personal brand that makes clients find you. And if you can build it well, oftentimes, just looking at your profile alone, clients are convinced that you're the right person to work with. And you can also apply for jobs and attract them at the same time on one platform. That combination is what turns a freelance hustle into a sustainable business. And here is the simplest, most direct action that you can take from this video today. In fact, now. All I need you to do after this video is to open LinkedIn on your Android phone, alright? Update your headline to reflect what you do and who you help. Write some lines in your About section that describe your ghostwriting service and who it is for. Then publish one post today sharing something you know about writing, content, marketing, or something precisely in your niche. That is it. 3 actions you can take on your phone right now in just 30 minutes or less, and you can start your ghostwriting journey like I did in 2020. You're not launching a business today, alright? You're planting a seed. And seeds planted on LinkedIn compound in ways most people do not realize until they look back and they see how far the root has grown. But if you want a full roadmap rather than figuring it out the way I did, especially when it comes to using LinkedIn, through the years of trial, error, and expensive lessons learned on the phone screen, I built the LinkedIn Starter Bundle specifically for this. Inside the LinkedIn Starter Bundle, you will get step-by-step video trainings on LinkedIn profile optimization, so you show up as an authority from your very first day. And you get PDF content guides, so you know exactly what to post and how to position yourself. Over 130 content ideas. That's about 5 months of consistent presence already mapped out for you. You also get a professional ATS compliance resume template and conversation starters that make your outreach feel human rather than scripted. And I want to be clear about something. This bundle is not only for ghostwriters. If you're a freelancer of any kind, a professional looking to land a better job on LinkedIn, someone applying for scholarships, fellowships, or international opportunities, someone who wants to use LinkedIn to travel, to relocate, to access global opportunities from wherever you're sitting right now. That bundle was built for you as well. Because LinkedIn is a bridge between where you are and where you want to go. And this bundle teaches you how to cross that bridge. And the bundle is quite affordable. To get the bundle, send me a message on WhatsApp to get in or shoot me an email. The links are in the description below. As we wrap up this conversation, I started with a techno Provo 4, a writing skill, and no clear idea of where it will lead me. Today, I have 18,000 followers, a ghostwriting agency, and a career built entirely on a skill that I carried in my head and a phone I carried in my pocket for years. The phone is also in your hand right now. and it is enough. The only question is whether you're going to use it like I did. So drop me a comment below. What is the one excuse you have been using that this video just took away from you? I want to read it and I'm going to respond to all the comments. And if this video was helpful, I'd like you to hit the subscribe button and share this video with somebody that needs to hear it. Maybe your brother, your friend. In my last video, I went in details into how within 60 days in 2021, creating content on the internet absolutely changed my life. You can watch the video here. I'll see you in my next video. In the meantime, stay legendary.